Welcome to the world of Pokemon.
No, you can't play the music, it's copyrighted.
So, I made a new series. Again, but this time it's an excuse for me to briefly talk about it, like an episode of a show or like a movie or something. In this episode, I talk about the first episode of Pokemon called Pokemon I Choose You. You might want to be a bit more specific with that. I think there's about 700 of those fuckers. So, without further ado, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get some toast. Okay, so first off, I want to give props to this show for acknowledging the Game Boy games. This transition between game to anime perfectly ties the two together, in my opinion. And I can't even put my finger on it, but they did it just so right. That Professor Layton movie tried to do the same thing, but it utterly fucking failed. So, good job, Pokemon, you're not as bad as the Professor Layton movie. But, to be honest, that isn't saying much. But then my respect for the show diminishes at least a little bit, just because of all this lazy animation shit that they pull sometimes. Like, look at this, they didn't have enough animation, so they just made Pidgey do the same fucking thing twice. It looks so unnatural. Look at his neck. You could use the excuse that Pidgey just has really quick reflexes, but I'm not buying it. It just looks like something from a fucking YouTube poop. Oh, and as a kid, this part always really fucking confused me.
Don't forget to change your underwear every single day. Okay.
Is he supposed to be embarrassed or just hurt from the electric shock? I mean, is the joke that he just shit his pants? I honestly don't know. Oh, and everyone's always debating on who Ash's dad is, and I always just figured it was this guy. I mean, he's crying because Ash is leaving. He's either his dad or his older lover. I don't know. Who the fuck is this guy? Here's another bit of jarring dialogue for you.
Wild Pokemon tend to be jealous of human-trained Pokemon.
Sir, I do believe that is complete bullshit. It may be just because I haven't seen the show in so long, but I have never seen a wild Pokemon get jealous at a trained one. Is this a common occurrence? Am I missing something? Either I'm crazy and this happens all the fucking time, or this is just some bullshit way for the writers to add conflict. I'm personally going with the latter. Oh, and not only is the dialogue incredibly questionable, but so are the sound effects they chose to use. Watch this part. Pikachu's laying there fucking dying, and Ash reaches over and puts his hand on him, and... the fuck was that? That's the sound of a nail going into a wooden board. I don't care how fucking hard you hit that Pikachu, it's not gonna sound like you hit a wooden board with a nail. It's a furry goddamn creature. It consists of meat, bones, and fur, at least I assume so. At best, it should sound like this. There you go, Pokemon, use that shit.
There is no data. There are still Pokemon yet to be identified.
Well, we know that comes into play later, am I right? Okay, whatever, next episode. Oh, by the way, it worked!